young girl, scarcely 16. Thanks to my parents, lots of places I've seen, but never a place that I love as well as my burgeo home 'neath the maiden tea hill. My burgeo home, that heaven of mine, the home of my parents, so loving and kind. I love them so, and I always will, and my burgeo home 'neath the maiden tea hill. The harbor's so pretty in the morning sunshine, as the seabirds and robins their sweet notes entwine. The fishing gulls shine in the water so still, here in my home 'neath the maiden tea hill. When I had trouble or if I was sad, I always found comfort from good friends I had. They knew that I loved them and I always will, and my burgeo home 'neath the maiden tea hill. My burgeo home, that heaven of mine, the home of my parents, so loving and kind. I love them so, and I always will, and my burgeo home 'neath the maiden tea hill. With her fishery failing, I may have to roam. Dear God, how I'd hate to leave my dear home, but each night in memory, sure I'll see it still. My burgeo home 'neath the maiden tea hill. My burgeo home, that heaven of mine, the home of my parents, so loving and kind. I love them so, and I always will, and my burgeo home 'neath the maiden tea hill.
Good evening. Welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include: the machine shop at Seafreeze was removed, work is progressing nicely on the comfort dumping station at the park, interview with Hope Wiseman of the Diabetic Education Center, it's back to school on Tuesday. These stories and more coming up after this.
Bessie wanted a cart for the spare bedroom. She wanted a pretty rose color. She said, well, see, boy, when we got up there, they had so many pretty colors, she didn't know what to choose from. I swear they had 100 or more color samples there. Oh, man, it was unbelievable. Well, when we ended up, we bought enough carpet to do the old house. My son, the old place looks something nice now, painted carpet right through. Everything looks brand new. Bessie is right pleased. Come to think of it, I is too. Yes, sir, for your painting and flooring needs, go to Custom Carpet. You'll be so glad you did.
The machine shop located at the Seafreeze premises here in Burgeo was removed this past week. The Nova Scotia company are currently doing some cleanup work of a different nature around the Seafreeze property here in Burgeo. Workers have been busy this past week removing the machine shop that was located on the plant wharf. These aluminum pans for 18.5-pound block are also being trucked away. Plant manager George Coley informed us that these pans are no longer used at the plant. A truckload of plastic pans were also trucked away. These pans are on loan to another one of Mr. Barry's plants, and they will be returned. Work also got underway this past week to remove the 5 tanks located near the plant parking lot. Work is progressing on the Comfort Station dumping station for Sandbanks Provincial Park. As the camping season winds down for this year, work on the Comfort dumping station at Sandbanks Provincial Park is moving full speed ahead. The footer for the building has been poured and work is currently being carried out on the foundation for the building. The building, which will house shower and laundry facilities, will sit on about the same level as the park officer's cabin. The annual Terry Fox Run will be held on Sunday, September 22nd, beginning at 2 p.m. Pledge sheets are available at the bank, in some stores, and at both schools. There are also t-shirts for sale in a variety of styles ranging from $5 to $15. Call Ruth Tucker soon to ensure that you get one. Remember, cancer can be beaten. Join the Terry Fox Run and support cancer research. Stay with us. There's more of This Week in Review coming up in just a moment.
Just a minute now, Bessy's singing out to me. Oh, yes, it's Bessie. What say, oh dear? You're going up to custom carpet to look for some borders and paper to match your new carpet. Wait for me, because I'm coming too. I love to go up there. Yes, sir, custom carpet is some nice place. If you don't know who I'm talking about, your neighbor do. Got to go now before Bessie goes and leave me. Wait for me, Bessie, because I'm going to custom carpet too. Yes, sir.
Students from kindergarten to grade 12 will be heading back to class this coming week. Tomorrow is the last day of summer vacation for teachers and students. Teachers at A.J. Matthews School and St. John Central High will be returning to school at 8:45 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Student registration will begin at 1:05 Tuesday afternoon for all grades. Textbooks will also be distributed at this time. Motorists are also advised that they should use extreme caution, especially in the morning, around lunch hour, and 3:10 when the students are being dismissed or going to school. Also, students, make sure you make the most of tomorrow. It's the last day of your summer vacation. Hope Wiseman, coordinator of the Diabetic Education Center at Western Memorial Hospital in Corner Brook, held a clinic at the Calder Healthcare Facility this past week. I spoke with Ms. Wiseman about the clinic. Speaking with me in the studio today is Hope Wiseman, coordinator for the Diabetic Education Center. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us the nature of your visit to Burgeo?
The reason I'm here today is that we are hoping to start a diabetes center here at the Burgeo Hospital. So today was the first time we had not really the first time because I have seen patients here before, but not for the purpose that I was here today. So we had a day-long clinic in that we saw follow-ups, people who have been coming to Western Memorial will now hopefully be able to come to the Burgeo Hospital. We hope that this will grow and that the patients won't have to travel over the road, especially in the winter time, to come up for their follow-ups at our clinic.
Okay, so would you be visiting Burgeo on a regular basis, or would someone
Well,
else?
for a while, I'm going to be coming and helping the nurse. I hope to get down one more time before Christmas, and at that time, I hope that I'll be able to bring the dietitian with me also. However, she won't be coming as regular, like for every clinic that the nurse will hold. But we're hoping that she will be able to come down several times during the year, not only to see the patients, but to talk to the staff who have any any concerns also, and to help them to be able to, to help them with the diabetic diet and any concerns that they have, like in her absence.
So what would this clinic mean to diabetics here in Burgeo?
Well, it would mean that once they have had their initial assessment at Western Memorial, which is going to be necessary, because to do a good assessment and a proper assessment, we need the nurse and the dietitian. And of course, we don't have a dietitian here, and I don't ever foresee in the near future that you will have a dietitian down in this area, although they're always visiting here regularly. So once they've had their initial assessment, and then they have gone through the 2-day education sessions, then they will be seen in follow-up here at the burgeo, and they won't have to come in over the road. And it will mean a lot, I think, to the people. First of all, the 2-hour ride. Secondly, the financial aspect of it, because it costs a lot for them to come in over the road. And and not only from a private insurance point of view, but people who are on social services, also whose transportation is paid by social services, then that won't be necessary, and then the money can go back into the system for other programs. But the main one is the patient and the accessibility, the easy accessibility to services when they run into problems, and that they can possibly come for their follow-ups more often.
So were you pleased with the response that you had at the clinic today?
I was really pleased, and I must say we had a full clinic today, and everybody came in on such a positive note. And one man came in and he said, "Before we do our follow-up, I want to thank you very much for calling me to come for my follow-up, and I think that this was really, really, really great." And they were also enthused and so really up from the point of view that this service now was going to be here. And they really felt that having a program, then it would really help them in their management and help them to be more motivated to take care of themselves, which is another main point also. But I was really pleased that the people were so positive and about the program.
So how did the patients that you saw today, how did they get to come to the clinic? Did they make an appointment? Or?
No, we've seen them before. So what I did, I went through the computer and I pulled out the ones who were from Burgeo, and I did up a schedule, appointment schedule, and I faxed it down here, and then they called the people to come in, and of course I had all their charts, so I just brought those down, and we went on from there.
Okay, there are quite a few diabetics here in Burgeo, some that probably have never been to the Diabetic Education Center.
Right.
If they'd like to visit with you on your next visit or set up an appointment, how would they go about doing that?
They should call the outpatients and ask for and speak with somebody there. I'm not sure the name of the girl, but the nurse is Diane Kosser, better known as Decker. And although she's not on the old schedule she was before, they can get in touch with her or just talk to the girls in the outpatient area, and I'm sure that they will pass their names along. And again, we always like to have a referral from the physician. That is really important, to have a referral from the physician.
Okay, is this sort of a clinic just going on in Burgeo, or is that being offered?
No. It is hoped that this is going to be in the other areas in the western region, namely down the northern peninsula. We are also hoping to improve or reactivate standing programs, or programs that were there and are not there anymore. We want to get these really up and coming. The members of the regional boards have gone around to different communities, and a couple of the communities that they visited, and they asked the people in the community what services do they want, and one of them said, we want a diabetes program.
Okay, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Well, I would just like to say that this is a good service. I really feel that it's a good service, and that people should avail of it. Now it's going to be here. People are always looking and saying, why can't we have this and why can't we have something else? And people were lobbying before and saying, oh, they're going to close our hospital. Now is a chance for the people to get out and show that the need and that is there. Of course, you're going to have a diabetes program whether you have a hospital or not, as long as you have a clinic. And I think it will, by them going and making regular visits, it will give them to have a better quality of life. And I'm sure that people who have diabetes are aware of the long-term complications of diabetes, namely blindness, kidney disease, nerve damage, heart attacks, and stroke. And those are things that can be prevented, that they definitely can, and we know that from long-term studies that have been done. But it's up to the person themselves. They're the ones that have to do it. And I think when you keep your regular follow-ups with your physician and with your diabetes nurse, well, I think then you're on the positive aspect of your care.
So basically, whether or not this clinic works depends on if people use it or not.
Yeah, and what we want it to be a good clinic, and we want people to avail of it. And people who have never been seen by us again, they should get in touch with the nurse, and to get some education and get more knowledge about their condition.
Okay, well, we'd like to thank you for coming in and speaking with us today.
And it's been my pleasure.
Our guest today is Ope Wiseman, Coordinator for the Diabetic Education Center. Stay with us for more of This Week in Review following these words from tonight's sponsor.
I was up to that new place the other day. It was up by the new hospital. Oh, yes, custom carpet. That's it. My son, you should see the stuff they got up there. They got all kinds and everything to do it with. Bessie, that's the wife. She's been keeping them on for ages to go up. Jerry, she said, it's not going to hurt you to go up and look around. So we went up. My son, I was amazed. The colors of paint you can get mixed up there is unreal. There's hundreds and hundreds of colors, the prettiest kind. And brushing rollers, my son, don't be talking. There's rollers that's lint-free, rollers of melamine paint, and brushes for painting counters. Well, I could go on and on.
Off the rack. This week as we scanned our tape racks, we came across a video of the start of school at A.J. Matthews School in 1990. Here's a look back now to September 1990.
The students registered that afternoon. A total of 578 students are registered in our schools this year. There are 276 registered at A.J. Matthews and 302 registered at St. John Central High. 38 students registered for kindergarten this year.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for a rebroadcast of Black Satin from the Sand and Sea Festival. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. Next week's program will be followed by the Coasters from the Sand and Sea Festival. Stay tuned now for Black Satin. For This Week in Review, I'm Dave Cooper. Have a safe holiday weekend. Good night.